When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the company that stands behind it. Choose the name that's been trusted for decades. Choose Mallett Buildings. When you're ready to invest in a building that lasts, call us and let's get started. At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the company that stands behind it. Choose the name that's been trusted for decades. Choose Mallett Buildings. When you're ready to invest in a building that lasts, call us and let's get started. At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple: you're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the company that stands behind it. Choose the name that's been trusted for decades. Choose Mallett Buildings. When you're ready to invest in a building that lasts, call us and let's get started. At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now,
Hello, Lee Mallett from Mallett Buildings. I was running a little late, but we're going to get started. I always like to talk about giving back to the community. And the first thing I like to start out with is this. For some reason, my competitors think that we advertise what we do for the community And for some reason, they think that that is self-serving, I guess. I don't know. So let me go over it again, because I really like to talk about it, because nobody competes with us when it comes to giving back to the community. But the purpose of that is, one, we want people to know we give back to the community. It's a selling point that people need to know about a corporation or a company or an individual, in my opinion. It shows what they do for the community. But the real reason, if it inspires others to step up and give back, that's a win for everyone. Now, is it inspiring my competitors? I don't know. But maybe because I'm doing it, they may give back to the community and maybe more. But I'm trying to inspire them. Okay? So we do that. And I tell you right now, I'm proud to tell people, show people who give back to the community. I cannot believe that and it was actually Fortify who made the comment, that he thinks that doing that is not good. I think it's good. How are you going to know I give back? I guess you can look at the situation where he says, well, I give a veteran's discount. I've never seen an ad that says that from any of my competitors. I've never seen how much they give to the veteran. So we really think it's a big deal. I think it's really a big deal. You know, look, when I get to that list, we did a deal for Christmas. I had my people. It's not just me. The people that work here were giving their time back to the community, because we gave over 400 plates of food and 400 toys to 400 cars. And yet, look, it took a lot of people, and those people were the people that worked here. So they're giving back to the community. It says a lot, not just about the company, but about the people that work here. And we're gonna tell people about it. I think, let's hope we inspire all of them to do more than what they do. We'll see. And at any time, any competitor wants to put what they give back to the community against us, I'm ready to throw the numbers on the table, because I can tell you right now, it ain't going to be close. So let's move on. But remember, giving back to the community is something I think you should always consider in choosing the company to do business with. It does say a lot about them. Oh, let me back up. Remember, I tell everybody publicly that I give a discount to military, healthcare, educators, first responders. I'm going to give you a $500 discount every week. I have not seen any competitor publicly notify John Q. Public, this is what we do. Because when you walk in, y'all give a military discount? No. Well, you ran an ad that said you did. So if I run an ad publicly, I force myself to comply. And I want people that in this group to know we think that much of them, we're going to give them a discount. That's why we publicly tell people, we will give you this every week. I guess you can tell it got me a little riled up. And let me tell you about this. I always do this. I'm going to tell you right now, that tubular stuff, folks, we're in a hurricane. Southwest Louisiana, the whole Gulf Coast is subject to hurricanes. This stuff right here is not designed for hurricanes. Because what I'm about to show you, if you haven't already seen it, is a 77-mile-an-hour wind doing this.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Now, I don't think I have to sell you not to buy that. You don't want this. 77 mile an hour. Can you imagine what a 180 mile an hour wind, 150 mile an hour wind, twice the wind, hitting them little things? Folks, it's just nothing to them. They're cheap. And there's a reason why they're cheap. You're going to get what you pay for. But, you know, we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about some stuff in this show and start looking at, I think you need to consider, you know, we have a tendency, we look at the dollars and we don't look at the what's really going on and do a real comparison. I'm going to do that today. As we go through this presentation, I'm really going to get down in the bushes and try to convince you, don't look at just the dollars, look at something else. Now, I'm going to get to that in a minute. Cost per square foot, that's what I'm talking about. If you're considering converting to a residence, cost per square foot. If you're considering buying a building, cost per square foot. Then look at the dollars. Because when you look at the cost per square foot of a post-frame constructed building, per square foot, it can't be touched. And that's what we're going to work on today. So let's start here. In Louisiana, the average cost of a house is $152.44. In Texas, $189.30. If you're going to buy a building and convert it into a residence, whatever, pool house, if you're going to finish that thing out, this is what you got to look at. Under normal conditions, this would be your average cost to finish it, $152 per square foot. Even a pool house, even an apartment, whatever it is, because it's finished. You're going to have plumbing, you got electrical, you got all that stuff, okay? So in Louisiana, it's $152. In Texas, $189. Now bear with me. I just broke this out to show you these average costs of what you're looking at when you're going to convert a building into a barnuminium. Now, this building is my value building. This is what my competitors sell. I'll price match anything. And now it's $20 a square foot, $18.33 a square foot. Let's put that in perspective. Average price, $159 per square foot for a turnkey finished job. So if you start at $18 a square foot, that includes your slab, that includes it's completely finished. It doesn't have your windows, because this don't have any windows. But let's just say with windows, more windows, doors, let's say you get to 23 or 23, whatever it is. Let's say you get to $25. Now look, the outside shell is completed. The roof, it's all blacked in, you're done on the outside. Your windows are in place. Your slab is poured. And you're in at $25. And your average, if you call somebody to convert, your average cost would be $159 in Louisiana. Let's continue. I think, I had never done it this way, but I think if you start understanding what the square footage price versus against what you're up against if you hired somebody to turnkey it. And so when you start at this level, you got a lot of room to play. But anyway, this is not, and then I'm going to talk about our buildings. But anyway, you can buy this building $29,999, that's $20 a square foot. Or you can buy this one for $43,999, $18.33 a square foot on a 40 by 60 by 12. Free roof and wall insulation, and this is what my competitors sell. Let's go to the next one. All right, we go to Signature Building. Now you're going to get 2x8 trusses, 5-on-12 standard roof pitch, 26 gauge, wall insulation, 6-year workmanship. With this building has more value, but look at the cost. A 30 by 50 by 12 on the Signature series is $22 a square foot. You go to a 40 by 50, $20 a square foot, and go to a 40 by 60 by 12, $17.67 a square foot. Don't look at the numbers yet. Compare what I told you in the first slide. The average cost for a finished building is $159. And you're going to get a turnkey outside, and let's say you're not going to finish it. Folks, you're in the $20, 25 on down square footage, $18 to $25 per square foot. There's nothing that can compete with that. 159, if you start taking and comparing the 159, take out the electrical, take all that, you're still going to be on the average of, let's say, stick frame, even steel, you're going to be way higher than this. That's what I'm trying to project. Start figuring per square foot. And then you jump to this one, which is the best building in the industry. Now remember, we got to the value building, we were at about $18 to $20 a square foot. We jumped up to the Signature, we're in the 20s to the 22s, or 18 to 22. Got a little higher. But look what you're getting here. Forget the price. Don't look at the price just yet. Remember what I told you this building comes with. $25 a square foot for the elite building that has all these extras versus a value building is probably around $20. I'll get to that. I got a slide. What I'm trying to tell you is don't look at the dollars yet. Look at your square foot price and compare what you'd have to pay in the market. If you do that, you're going to say, man, that's a hell of a deal. Don't let the dollars fool you. This is what you need to look at. Because let me tell you something. If you start shopping around for somebody to do stick frame, steel, whatever it is, it's going to be more than that. And when you look at you paying $159 for a turnkey, well, before you get to the electrical, all that, and we can pull that slide back up, you're going to be at $75 to $80. So you start at such a low number that if you're going to make a conversion, or if you're not going to make a conversion, it is hard to beat this based on the averages of what's out there. Now, I always tell you this is the building you should buy. Why? Because of all this. Truss is 3 feet apart, post 9 foot, 5 on 12, 2 10 by 10 rolls. Look at gutters, 4,000 pound PSI. By the way, the others put 3,000. I put 4,000. I put a 6-inch slab in this building, makes it 2.5 times stronger. But I'm telling you, look at this. And this particular sale, you get the electrical package in it. But look, here we go. This is what my competitors sell. Okay? 20, 18, 18, you can come here 22, 20, and when we get to this one, it drops even more. You're better off buying the Signature. But the building I'm recommending you buy is this one. Why? This is $20, this one's $25. But look what you get in this building. 145 mile an hour wind load. Trusses 3 foot apart. 5 on 12. Posts are closer, 9 feet. 2 roll-up doors. It's got everything, folks. 10-year workmanship. I mean, I can go back to the screen, but now look at look at this. Don't look at those dollars. Why would you spend up, you're at $20, and for $5 more, you get everything. Now look, the bigger the building, guess what happens? The price comes down. The more squares, lower the price. If you want to lower your price, build a bigger building. I assure you, you'll need the room. You won't regret it. Now, why would you buy a 40 by 60 by 12 for $18, the value, which is my competitor sale, when you can come buy the Signature, or the Elite building for $22.50 a square foot? It's only $3 a square foot difference, and look what you're going to get in the building. Start looking at the square foot, and then look at what you would pay per square foot. Quit looking at the dollars. The dollars deceive you. Dollars are big numbers. But you've got to digest those numbers and say, what am I paying per square foot? Then you can determine against all the other things that are going on, or all the other people you're bidding against, or all the different ways of building, that you can't beat post-frame construction on a per square foot basis. The number of squares, needs to say, makes the dollar go up. I can't help that. And sometimes you see the dollar, oh, I can't afford that. Yes, you can. That's the point of this. Yes, you can. You can afford the Elite building. You can get everything. You can get the Mercedes. How? Because look at the square foot prices. Because look, once you're almost 85, 90% to having that building. For a few more dollars, you get this super building. Choosing the correct building material if you're considering converting to a residence. Post frame right now in a single, we're at 23.9, metal's at 12. So we're winning this battle. Multifamily, we're climbing, we're getting ahead. Agriculture, we've always been ahead, and you can tell we're selling twice as many on a national average. We're down on commercial, we're coming, that's next. And then if you look at the average, we're almost 6% higher using post frame versus steel. Don't buy a building within a building. Why you would do this is beyond me. You could just go right on top of this with the metal and not have this other structure. What's amazing, you know, look at this, folks. Look how far apart that is right there, which is about what we do, which would be our purlins. Look how far apart they put them purlins. You do realize on a Mallett building, in a post frame, we put, looks like 5 feet. That would be cut in half, almost a little bit more, less than that. It's going to be a lot stronger. But the bottom line is, this is really expensive. This will drive your cost up tremendously. And you're going to lose space. Because you're stopping right here at this purlin. Look at that purlin right there. You can't go inside. Well, why not just strip this and put metal right on top of this? It just don't make sense, folks. Look over here. Look, you're building a wood building. It's a stick frame. But you're building a wood building, another building inside of a building, and you're losing all this space right here where that purlin is, or that wall girt, or you're losing all this space. In our buildings, see, look how many, we're going to have trusses every 3 feet on a Elite. These look like they're 2 feet or maybe even 16 inch on center. But why? It's just crazy. It's just crazy as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, here we go again. Look at this. So you could have went right on top. You could have put a set of trusses here, and that metal. You didn't need that frame. And that frame, I don't tell you about that mess. Remember that building that blew away? That's what that stuff is. And the only thing holding that thing is the anchor bolts. Choose the correct concrete slab if converting into a residence. Let's see what we got here. All right. I had a customer this morning talking to one of my building specialists who said he didn't need a 6-inch slab because he's putting it in his house. Well, the amount of dollars is minimal to get it 2.5 times stronger. The problem you have in Louisiana, not so much Texas, and it depends what part of Texas, is your ground is very unstable in Louisiana. And parts of Texas too on the Gulf Coast, but you know, once you get out of away from the Gulf Coast, they got a solid foundation. Now let me tell you, I'm going to make my point on this issue by this. We all travel I-10. You ever notice after they finish a road or repairing whatever, it's smooth and nice? 5 years, 10 years, that sucker is just a mess. You're just bouncing. You can't hardly pull a trailer because everything on the trailer is going to be bouncing, right? And you see them constantly, every so many years, redoing these roads because there's no foundation. We just don't have it here, y'all. We're below sea level. Our ground is just not what you're going to have trouble. So I always say, take the 6-inch slab and put you some control joints because you're going to go over the top of it with the floor. If you don't want to do that, you can score that floor just like where the control joints are, and you can score it. But it's 2.5 times stronger. And you're talking about saving minimal dollars to go from 4 to 6. It's a much stronger slab. Without a doubt, the numbers show it to be 2.5 times stronger. And so when you got a weak foundation, and understand, the foundation is not the slab. The foundation is a compacted pad with a 97, 98 compaction with a moisture level at 15, minimum 15, minimum of 19 down to 15. Because it's going to shrink because the moisture is going to leave at some point. But that's not that's what the foundation, the slab just sits on top of that. So what happens if you do get a void or you have some shrinkage, you need to go with a compacted pad, the 6-inch slab with the control joints can accommodate better than a 4-inch slab. The control joints helping it flex, the 6-inch being thicker and stronger. And I would say, and it's not worth it. There's not enough savings. You want to save $1,000, go ahead. It's not worth it to get a 6-inch slab over a 4-inch slab. Control joints. The Elite building comes standard with control joints. We're the only company that's putting control joints in their buildings. It's standard. Why? I want you to be able to handle any problems. If you don't put that compacted pad in, which I recommend highly on one page of my contract, I'm trying to help you not have problems. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to help a lot. I want that slab to flex. The bigger the slab, the more you need to have them control joints. It's just too much weight. And if you get a shrinkage or expansion from the weather, and your pad moves up or down, you put pressure on the slab. Therefore, the slab is the pressure is going to apply. That's why I have it where it can flex. The Mallett Elite building, I keep telling you, it's the Hurricane building. It's the best building in the United States of America. No building does what this building is. I would love to see someone who's building this building other than me. I don't know anybody with 2x8 trusses. I know you don't need them 2x8 trusses, sir. Well, it's part of this package. The 2x8 truss is stronger than the 2x6 truss. I don't use 2x8s on my headers. I use 2x12s, double 2x12s, one on each side. They're all using 2x8s. They're trying to cut costs. There's a big difference in the price of a 2x12 and a 2x8. Big time. You get two 10x10 roll-up doors, roof and wall insulation, and we have foam insulation available because we have our own machines. Get one of the building specialists to help it. I got Mr. Roberts. They're going to call you, and I highly recommend you get them. I'm telling y'all, put them control joints. They're expansion joints. Everybody knows what expansion joints are. Expansion joints, you can put those in, or you can go to the control joint system. The control joint is basically on a 6-inch slab. We're going to cut a groove in there about 1.5 inches. It can move every 10x10 or 10x12, whatever the deal is. On a 4-inch slab, we're only going to go 1.25 inches, I think. It's a lot less. But anyway, I'm telling you, they are important. Okay, gutters and gutter brushes, post protector, standard, concrete slab control joints. You jump over here, 145 miles per hour. But the main thing you need to understand, 3-foot truss spacing, 9-foot post spacing, 5-on-12 roof pitch. Nobody builds this building. This is the strongest building in the industry. And I'll put this building up against a steel building any day of the week. I will. I guess tomorrow, look, tomorrow I'm gonna play the two deals I have. One was on the Gulf Coast at Darla Cays. We'll replay that tomorrow, just to show you what happens when you let me build you a building on the Gulf Coast. I've been through 16 hurricanes. Tornadoes I may have trouble with. No building can withstand a direct hit of a tornado. But I do put the cable system, engineered cable system, retention cable system, to stop uplift. But if anybody gets a direct from an F3, F4 tornado, you're out of whack. And the only buildings I've ever lost is when people don't listen to me and they put them on top of an existing slab. I said, I can't warrant that. I can't guarantee a wind load with that. Because just like I tell you about the steel building and the tubular, them anchor bolts, that's all that's holding it. And the only thing that's holding here is a deal that I sit the post in that's anchored. So I'm saying, hey, I'll put it on there, but I'm not warranting anything because it just can't take the wind. Now, concrete under every post, continuous ridge vents, wainscots available free of charge. It's the best building, folks. I keep pounding, and I think earlier I showed you the per square foot is minimal. Quit looking at the difference in dollars, because if you look at what you get in the building, look at the square foot cost. That's what you need to look at, because that cost lets you compare against other types of construction. And you will find that the square foot cost on a post frame constructed building is, you can't beat it. But if you're going to turn it into whatever and close it in, understand if you're only at 25, the slab is poured, the outside's completely blacked in, all your windows are in, the roof is on, and let's say you run it up to 28 or 29 because of your windows, and maybe a fancy door, a couple of fancy doors. Folks, the average is $159 a square foot. You call a residential contractor in typical construction, and he's going to want to charge you $159 a square foot. But here, you've got, they want to charge you to black it in. That doesn't include the brick. It's not finished. They're blacking in, but you still got to put a roof on that baby. You still got to put the walls on that baby. In here, you're at 20, let's say 25, or let's say 28 with windows. But you're going to be in that range. You got all kind of play between 28, or let's say 30. Let's just go 30. Between 30 and 159, and you're going to build a house. If you can't save $50 or $60, you need to come talk to me. There's a lot of ways to do this, but you ought to look at it. But anyway, let me continue on. Here we go. The best building in the world, you can buy it for $22.50 if it's a 2,400 square foot building, $23.50 if it's a 42,000, and a 1,500 is $25.33 a square foot. Now my competitors are going to sell you a building. That's what's my value building, and that baby's going to range anywhere from probably 18 to 19, maybe 20. They're probably in the 20s. Okay? Right here, they're in the 20s, and I sell that building too. Why would you not want everything, all this, for $5 a square foot? The slab's going to be 2.5 times stronger. You're getting three times as many trusses, almost twice as many trusses. You're getting more posts. You're getting 2 doors. I mean, I can go on and on, but look, in this particular, you get the free electrical package, which is going to be worth anywhere from $6 to $7 a square foot. So if you bought this building right now, 24 squares, you're going to look anywhere from, depending how much the electrical package, I'd say it'd be around $10,000. This is a hell of a deal. It is the best building. Quit looking at the dollars. Look at this. Look at the square footage cost. That tells you what you're really getting and tells you what your real cost is. Don't let dollar bills skew you. It's that square footage. There's no way that you can afford not to buy this building over my value building or my signature. I'm telling you, this is the building I recommend. Why? Because of what you get, and there's not that much difference in cost. It seems like it when you look at dollars till you look at what you get and you look at the square footage. Because once you put $20, you're 80% from getting this building, maybe 90%. So just go all the way and get the best. Price match, beat any competitor by $1,000. Apples to apples, all day long. That's what we do. And you're going to get it from someone who's been in the business the longest, 26 years, A+ rating with the BBB, state licensed contractor, residential and commercial. I think we have the credentials, and we give back to the community on top of that. This is our price match. The other guys happens to be Fortify. The tell of the tape. They ran an ad. Okay? So look here. They're with $31,999. I'll sell it to you $2,000 off for $29,999. This is the value package. Or whatever he has for that price, which I looked at it, I will beat him by $2,000. On his 40 by 50, I will beat him by $2,000. Yep. On the 40 by 60, I will beat him by $2,000. And any other competitor for that matter. Because we want to earn your business. We want you to buy from the oldest and the best company in the country, who's been around the longest, went through 16 hurricanes, over 500 reviews, A+ rating with BBB. It's pretty simple. If you look at the facts, we're the only good choice you have, because we've been in business so long. So remember, whatever they're doing, we're tearing them up. Yeah, my guys called it the post-frame championship. All right, so I always talk about the red flags because I don't want you to get hurt no matter what happens. If you buy with me, I love that. If you don't want to buy from us and you feel like you got to go somewhere else, which I can't see why, I want you to do this. I want you to find out, going to the Secretary of State, how many years they've been in business. The longer someone's been in business, probably you can be assured they're going to be here whenever you have a warranty issue or you have a problem. And they stood the test of time. Go to the LSABC. Find out what their licensure is. Are you a licensed residential contractor? If he's not, that's a serious red flag. Now you go to the violations. If he's a licensed residential contractor or a registered, whatever you want to call those, home improvement registered, If he's been convicted by the LSWBC, that is one of the most serious red flags you could possibly get in bed and buy a building with this company. They have a history of breaking the law. And the problem is, we don't know how many times they broke the law. We just called them whatever these times because they're pretty slick. I've been on that board for 15, 16 years. I've heard some things. I've heard some stories when they come there before us. Bad things. Never good. Not good at all. And then look, go get your reviews. I got over 500 reviews on the Google and BBB with an A+ rating at the BBB. And one of the biggest things, go visit their facilities. Because this is what you got going on there. Most of them are operating out of their trucks. They don't have any equipment. They're not here for the long pull. You know, I'm glad we talk about equipment. Mallett Buildings has over 18 Bobcats, 4 delivery trucks. Our crews, we bring Bobcats to these jobs. We have a lot of equipment. Okay? And I don't think that Fortify might have a facility, but ain't got the equipment Mallett Buildings has. No. And none of them are moving the volume, but they're not doing what we're doing. We have our own foreman crews. They only work for me. I have my own concrete crew. They only work for me. And they've been working for me for years. So here's the red flags, because if you don't follow the red flags, this is what's going to happen. Okay, you're going to run across somebody who's going to get charged with contractor fraud. And if the people would have went through the red flags, convicted, 4 years in business, he's not a licensed contractor. Or, like this guy, he's been charged with all this. Don't go here, folks. This is bad stuff. This one's got a residential license. He got it after a while, and he still got caught breaking the law. So understand, just because you get licensed, like Fortify's only been licensed as a licensed contractor for 6 or 7 months, maybe less. Southern, same thing, 4 or 5 months, maybe 6, I don't know. Why didn't they, when they decided to go in this business, go get licensed? Why would you do that? I've always asked that question to myself. If I'm going to go into business, I ought to go get licensed. I think it'll help my marketing that I'm a licensed contractor, a real licensed contractor. The only reason they did it is because I forced it. I passed the law. But then decided to go take it, and some of them took more than one time. Had a rough time passing, but bottom line is, he did it, and he still got in trouble because, folks, it's a pattern. These guys, or these companies, they don't care. Or they wouldn't do this silly stuff. They've got to know if this happens to them, it's going to come back and bite them, or it should bite them. It should bite every last one of them. So here we go, LSWBC, Southern Style Barns, they've been convicted. Hasn't been licensed but maybe 6 or 7 months. Yet he's been in business 4 years. So that whole time, he was operating as a home improvement. He was attempting to go over the 75. Contracting without a license. That's what he did. that's still contracting with an unlicensed contractor. Why do people use unlicensed contractors? Save money. Precision metal. I don't know. There's some more stuff coming, I believe, but he ain't even home and registered no more. He's got no licensure that I can find as of right now. He was a home improvement, and he got convicted. Be careful. Oh yeah, you might be the lucky one that gets it this time, but if something goes wrong, you're in a world of trouble, folks. You ain't gonna get your money. And we're gonna shut the job down. He can't come back on it. Now you gotta go find somebody to fix it or finish it, and he's got all your money. Don't do that. Beck Industries. That's a guy there. Got caught here, but he used to be oh, what's his name? Can't think of his name. But he got in trouble. And that company went under. And a lot of people got hurt, and a lot of people owed money, and I think it was a bad deal. And then we get to our last one, Reed's Metals. I know Fortified, I had a presentation Monday. Fortified doesn't want to talk about this. Fortified doesn't want to talk about Cornerstone. Cornerstone has 430 or 420 complaints, the BBB. These people have been convicted. You know, the real question is, I wonder what's going to be the defense when or if Fortified gets caught and convicted again. Not Reed's Metals, but under Fortified. It's possible. I hope not. See, my objective is on the State Contracts Board is for everybody to get licensed and treat John Q. Public, because we're worried about the reputation bad contractors do to the contracting business. So be careful. Y'all want to see this again? I guess I can do it. Tubular. This is tubular.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
I play that so that you don't buy that. A 77-mile-an-hour wind. And that's the kind of mess you got. Why would you want to get in the middle of something like that? It's up to you. All I'm doing is bringing information to you, telling you how good we are and what we do. And I'm highlighting to you some things you need to be concerned with and some people that you better be careful of. And tubular is one of them after watching that. You know, I couldn't make that up. I didn't go buy a building and get some fans and make that happen. That happened. My research team found that, and I like to show it because I can say it 100 times, but when you see it, it's believing it. Giving back to the community. Okay. We go back, and I talk about it every time because I'm very happy that because of you, my customers, who have put confidence and trust in me, that I'm able to give back to the community, to all these organizations. I could not do it if you did not support me. And I ask you to take that as a consideration when you choose your builder or your company you're going to do business with. Whether it's kids, education, some types of diseases, veterans, Christmas, big brothers, kids, and there's more that I could write. But I think that's enough. And we give a lot. I don't give $100. That's not $100. That's not $100. It's not. I've been doing this 26 years. I'm way out there in the millions. And we're proud of that. We're very proud of that. Well, that's my show for today. I hope I've gone over, when you're getting ready to buy this building, look at the square foot. Price per square foot versus that dollar figure. Wrap your mind around what's it costing me per square foot, because that really tells you if you got a really good deal. Dollars can skew your thinking. Square foot. How much does it cost me to go from value to the elite? To get the Mercedes and not the Pinto. Value, look at the square foot. But anyway, once again, I always like to thank all my customers, all those who bought from me, all those who are going to buy from me. Thank you. I could not be here if it wasn't for you. My team could not support you the way they do if it wasn't for you. And we have the greatest team, we build the greatest building, and we have the greatest company in this region as far as post rank. That's what we specialize in, and we're good at it, the best. So look, thank y'all for listening. You can call me at 337-515-2154, or you can call the office at 337-214-0428 and talk to a building specialist. Remember, we're open 24/7, 7 days a week. I have a building specialist who will answer that phone to talk to you, to serve you when it's convenient for you. We're open on Saturdays till 12, but guess what? You call, we're going to stay here as long as it takes. We'll be here at 5, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, whatever's convenient for you. because we want to earn your business and we want to be here when it's convenient for you. My competitors don't feel like they need to do that. I do. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we've been around so long, is we cater to you. You don't need to cater to us. You're the one who's entrusted us to build your building. You're the one who wants us to give you a good product, and that's our mission. So once again, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Today's Thursday, tomorrow, Friday. So I'll see y'all tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and then we'll take the weekend off. And y'all have a nice night. See y'all tomorrow.
At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised.